Good morning. This is Sunday, uh, November 11, 2018 at 0900 hours, 15 minutes. I titled this because I'm not sure where I want to go with the story because I never spoke about this. And I don't know if I want to talk about it from the people because I want to copyright it. It's a movie. My movies usually come from my dreams, and that's why I say everything I do is it's mainly spiritual. Is in my dreams, is within me, and I know that nobody can really steal it because if it's yours and it's meant for you to do it, nobody else can really do it like you. They can do it. Depends on how greedy they are, how eager are they for them to. I don't know. Feel like they want to take from you. They earn that. That's their right, or which it don't make sense. Because I'll do this. To me, I feel like when it's for you, you can do this. Somebody can do this. Somebody can take all your ideas, put them on paper, and do it. And you do it. I'm like, well, they stole it. They don't even know the. They're just looking for the profit. They're looking for a mark in history. They're looking just to be known. I'm not the person actually doing it. The people that's really doing the work is not looking for it. And that's one thing I want to encourage you. Stop giving people your information when you're not even in a position to do it. But if I'm willing because I'm the type of person. I heard a woman say, "Why would I give away the $1 million answer?" I thought about that. I was like, So to me, that's like similar to a lie. Like here's an example. I say I'll give you $20 to go to the store. No, I'll give you 10. Can you go get some milk and something else because we need it for a dinner or lunch, whatever I'm making. And I know about the time you get back, I'm preparing meat or other things, so I don't need the milk right away. I know the normal time it would take you 20 minutes. I'll give you 20 minutes. I'm gonna say 10 hours, 10 hours, because it don't even take 10 minutes to get there. So you got all these extra minutes to work with. But somehow reason you take a half an hour to 35 minutes. And it's like you get 30 minutes to like then you come back, I ask you, why did you take so long? Any information you withhold, you does yourself not one good of a service. That's why it's so easy to convict people in a court. You con to trick them to have a verdict, to give them a sentence, because it's a lot of parts left out. And if I was attorney, or I would make sure I gather all my information from that person. I have to tell that person, I would not be unless you are right, unless I feel you are right, I will get your file. I do not defend people that have committed the act of taking away from someone. I will not defend you unless we're going to just say, okay, you were wrong. Let's see what we can do for us, because I would not want to get you out of it. That wouldn't be my job. I'm trying to defend people that's really innocent. I'm an innocent defender. If you can't, that's the type of person I am. I made that mark on myself. I don't defend wrong, because when I do wrong, I would not dare defend myself and then say, well, I did wrong. Give me a less of a charge. I need the less of, like, well, I did it. I did it fully. You should get the full charge. But I'll talk about that. But I feel like having information and not sharing, it's like, what is the point of having that information? And why would you not share the information? And to me, I look at, why would I withhold information if it can help? Because the point of me, for me, I have my purpose, my purpose, and one of my missions is called community and unity. If I was going to build a unity, I cannot withhold information. So if I build up a team, a circle upon the circles to build out, I want to exalt and expand the people within my team. I have to let them know, if law come, if the police come, this is why. Because I'm going to be setting in place. We're going to be building. We're going to have a foundation. So without the beginning of the foundation, this is a book. This is a book. And then you open up that page and they give you all that information. It's not the table of contents in most books. I had a book somewhere. Where's my books at? See, that's bad. I don't know where my book's at. I haven't read them. I have usually been getting library books. I have a library book right now. I was reading about the law last time. I just turned it in a couple of days ago. And yes, other guy, where my books at? I don't know where my books at. But if I had a book, the beginning part of the book, instead of where the table of contents would be at, it have like where the year the book was produced, written, the version of it, because they have different versions. Like this might be the 131st book printed out, things of that nature, and it'll give me a good amount of information. And why is that not in the dictionary? Why don't you tell me what copy of the dictionary it is? The lost count. That's bad. And so that's to me. I feel like withholding information with the day of my team any justice. So speaking to you, if I have information, why would I withhold it? It's $1 million question because that's the question that's going to give. And now this is where I'm going to use equal as positive and good. Do we really want equal? See, capitalism and slavery. That's why we are still slaves. When you withhold, if you know how to make a keyboard and somebody know how to make it better, and somehow you got information to help make the keyboard better, would you not work with that person? Would you not withhold the $1 million question, the answer? See, I don't need to be worried because what you're doing is saying this is what a person is telling me. Why would I tell you this? Why would you tell me this? That shows me you're not in it to really help. See, that sounds stupid to some people because I was like, well, if I'm going to help myself. So even during promotion, I'm not being promoted because I'm better than you. I am being promoted and I am getting awards because I am doing my job. I'm going above and beyond. Hear that again. If you want to be healed and delivered from on the job, worrying about they got a promotion when I'm gonna get promoted, you don't worry about that. You go to them boldly and say, I've done this and that. Is there a promotion coming up, or am I getting promoted, and why not? Or see in future, we know why and why. Like that's your job to do that. My job is not to worry about John, Joe, Jane, Jeremy, Jim, Brian, Chris, Tanya, Tanisha, Elizabeth. My job is not to worry about nothing they're doing. As long as I do my part, as long as I do my duty on that job. So when it's time for a promotion, I'm sitting back like I did my part. I'm just waiting. And then if I have questions, I got questions. I'm not looking to take nothing from them. If I show up on time every day, people giving me compliments, you think I'm really worrying about what everybody else is doing? I'm like, hold on. I'm getting these compliments. This information is not coming from me. This is coming from the people that I'm in a career field where I'm a nurse, where that's high value customer service. I don't come to work angry at my family and then be angry towards the people. You think I'm going to really? I can't. All I can do is say, hey, Tanisha, you kind of upset. You're upsetting her. She don't receive it. She don't receive it. I say, hey, Joe, you look a little pushy today. You might because you're doing it towards me. But as in for my attitude and my action, my accountability and my responsibility, I don't have anything to worry about. Nothing. Because I'm doing my part. This is my part. So to me, withholding information is like lying, and it's like you really don't really want to help. And when I see that, now that's the first time people say, well, I can see that I can tell a person vibe is off. I get people get my vibe is off without we only hearing a few words from me. I remember a guy was talking to me. He's like, I'm just gonna listen to you. Because initially I sounded racist to him. He's a Caucasian man. I said, oh, okay. And then he finally heard like the whole minute of what I said. He just heard the whole first 20 seconds, like, you sound racist. I said, okay. He was like, but I want to still hear what you had to say. Then when I got to the end of it, he was like, he was asked, he was like, oh, yeah, I can see why people think a certain way at first. Because at first, and I was like, see, and I was like, I was being funny. I was like, why you thought that? Because he's like, when you the first couple seconds you was talking, it sounded racist. Because I was bringing up community and unity. I was like, I don't want to help nobody else. If they don't look like me, they don't speak like me, they don't talk like me, they're not in the same community, I don't want to help them. Even my friend thought that. I thought he was my friend, but I called him my covenant brother. I gave him a high honor, and it wasn't that. It was based on how my life was going. It's a lot of things I say and do is not based on you. It's based on my life, how it's going. So if you're doing me wrong and I already gave you a high mark or high honor, I pretty much keep it. But it kind of varies on when I talk to you. And the reason, like as a friend, I only have 4 friends in my life. I don't call many people friends. And 4 of my friends, one of them is actually a Caucasian man, Caucasian man. So it has nothing to do with race. So that's why I think, but my community unity is going to be designed and built for literally my community, so we can be unified again. Like in my lifetime, I never seen unity. I never seen it. A lot of people said they experienced it. I was born in the part of the neighborhood. I never experienced it, and I grew up there until I was 17 and left for the military. So I didn't never see it. So to me, sharing, I feel open heart. When you decide to not share, like when people talk about churches, I don't worry about other churches. I know the church I go to, I help count the money. I know where the money's going to. I can truly say the money that is going to the church have 3 other buildings, paying off a building. They paid off 2 buildings, and the last church is the biggest building, and it's the best one. It's about to be paid off. They put a new roof on the church. They fixed the statures on the top of the church because they was falling, and one fell. And luckily, I was out there and we cleared the area because I worked heavily in the church. So what people see from the churches, and I'll give an account too to the church because I don't know. I talk about like I talk about the churches. The churches are good. If the person coming, you gotta have the right mind. If you coming in with your eyes rolling, with expecting for wrong to happen, you're gonna find it. Because in church, the worst people are in church. The rapists, the serial killers, the murderers, the messed up police officers, the people that's thinking they're better than people, they're in the church. Like, I don't know how clear you're gonna make that. They're in the church. Why you think they're there? They're in the church. Why you think they're there? So we really gonna build up talk about the church. No, I want people as that talk about, well, the church take from people this, and they're angry ones. And if they really, these people that's angry have a true heart, go to church and help those people. Go help them understand. Like maybe you be the light, like you say, you every day we lit. You are the light. You supposed to shine. I shine when I go around people. And people are like, well, I don't have to talk with my word. Well, when I use my words and my action, that's how I'm lit. I don't get lit by standing there because you will see me do a lot of things. If you don't want some man looking at a big booty, I won't show you I'm looking like I try my best to do not do it on my nephew. I call them my nephews, but they're my male cousins and my one nephew. I have 4 nieces and I have family. So everybody that's of age that understand me, oh, I will do it. You probably will catch me around them. I will try now. They're like, oh, I see you looking. And it's like, it's funny to them. And I'm 36 and they're like 20, 19, 21, 22, 23, 22. I'm missing them. And I have some like lady cousins. But they're doing their thing. They're in their families. They see me and they understand who I am. And the young ladies, the young men that's around me, I work within my community. I talk to the young men. I catch the bus. I use public transportation. It's times I'm gonna have a part 2 to this because I wanna share my story. I wanna share my movie with everybody, and it's gonna be a beautiful movie. My movies are thought provoking. So within in these train stations, you got the train and the bus stations. I'll walk up to young men. I was like, hey, or I feel led, like within the right of me. The creator be like, I feel led. I'm already activated. He already gave me my ability and power. I don't have to go, let me pray, let me pray, let me pray. Like I heard about this one guy, whether it happened or not. He was in the train or bus station, like out in the open, and they cut off his head. I was like, why is that? So spiritually, I was like, he didn't know that was like he shouldn't have been doing that in that area. Just like the people that always want to evangelize another country, build things in other country, they are not even from. You really thought that was going to work? I know you. I can put $1 million on that, and I take my little bank versus their big bank. I could have told people, especially that have billions of $1 million, that's not going to work. And then if you're from a city, Chicago, just say you're from a city of Chicago. I know in Buffalo, there are community centers. There are buildings that's not being utilized to their actual purpose. These community centers, they're being utilized with a good degree. A good degree they're being utilized. But it's called community center. Center, the middle. The foundation is going to be in the center. The charity is going to begin at home. The unit, the work together, the commune to come together is going to be in the community, correct? Why is not all of the events like guys that's from Chicago? I know a million, not a million, but you can name a lot of people that made millions of dollars that's from Chicago. How many seminars do they have there? How many community center days do they have? We have community center within our community. I love that they actually utilize in the community center where I'm from. They utilize it. I'm happy, but I want all the community centers around the city. That's the purpose of them, to be utilized. Some of them do workouts. I want to do seminars. I'm like, hey, you pay $1, and when you leave out the door, if this seminar not worth $1, do you want your dollar back? I'm gonna hand them all away before they leave. I'm gonna hand all their dollars back. Now, if you think your dollar, if this is not worth $1 and it's only $1, and you see what we, not just me, but at the beginning, it isn't me, because this is my response. I don't know people that want to do what I want to do. I see people that do it. And there's things you can do when you can become tax-free, working with nonprofit, and it's the benefit of you in the community at the same, and for your child, for the next generations. So to me, withholding information with all that research, the $1 million question sometimes to some people it may be just the basic question, the basic answer. How do I do a mutual fund? And if you have the information on the mutual fund, they're saying, well, don't research it. Don't run around it. You are talking around that question. That's the truth. I cannot say you're lying. That person lying. They need an answer. You're not giving them an answer. Or at least go to the answer, like, do you have this book? I would say, go get this book. I'm going to lead you to the chapter where I read it at. Because if you truly read it. Or like I leave little articles. And I like expand off of that. I like look at the word. I'm the type of person I'll read. And the type of person I am, I have trouble of giving out the information unless I write it down. So I would say, please go to the almanac under bonds and stock, or the encyclopedia. Go to the encyclopedia, the bonds and stock, and read the definition and read how they was created. Look at the banks. You can look at what bank is going to give you the most interest. How should I spread if you make over a certain dollar amount, use overseas account. How to hide your money, like things like 7 ways to hide your money, 7 ways to start an investment vehicle. I'm going to be talking about those, but I'll tell everybody that's not my forte. When I read that, you know what it looked like to me? It like jumbo mumbo. I got to read a lot of things 1,000 times. But spiritually inclined, I can receive it. But to explain it, I would tell you the truth. It is very hard for me to explain that. I'm not a liar. I have no reason to lie about that. It's hard for me to explain that to you. It would take more time. The video would take longer. the time, if you're willing to do that with me, we have no problem. But if you don't have the time at that moment, or you're not willing and you're not capable, I would just do the short end part and provide all the most information I can give you. And see how I say I wouldn't cut you off? I will provide the most information I can give you, and you will have to do the research. And then if you have a question, I was like, okay, I remember that too. Go here, go there. Like to get grants. I don't understand. I understand how to write grants. I haven't received one yet. So even applying for a federal job, I haven't got a federal job yet. So for me to say, well, I know I have to go like for apply a federal jobs here. You got to go to usajobs.gov, put your resume on there. I got to put my DD 214, put my cover letter. But if I have cover letters, if I have, they need one based on the job. I have to answer those questions. Have to apply to the job the way. So most jobs you don't get. Here's an example. Most careers and professions you won't get in because they're looking for qualifications and keywords. So if it's a key word stating certain words they want to see is like your time frame. And if you don't put your time frames, that means you got to change your resume. That's cool. You should have enough resumes after a 10 or 15 year career. You should have enough resumes, especially in this era, where you can just go in and paste and cut or you don't need a template. I don't use templates. I wrote so many essays. And I help people with their essays. Paid me $0. See, I'm not the type of person that say time is money, money is time. That's not true. Time is learning. Time change, and there's a certain frame. My money is going to come from my works. That wasn't a work for me. I knew how to do it already. I just set it up and I gave the person the outline and you finish it. Oh, you want me to finish it? Cool. I have no problem with that. People say you're selling yourself short. I'm 6'5". I'm never selling myself short. And so for people not to want to share information, I feel as we're not learning together. Why? And for us to be a community, I would love for people to learn together. If you see all my videos, I am guiding and challenging, and I'm asking people. Write in the comment section. I'm going to have forums. I'm going to have my own website. YouTube is not my platform. That's why I don't worry about copyright and monetized. And I know every time I try to do certain videos, you can see one recently. I kept this one, the other ones. And it's crazy. Right now, I am literally talking about information and not sharing. The video have yet to skip. But every time I talk about things that's affecting us as a whole, the video's messed up. That is no joke. Even when I made a video, you can see me starting off. I said, if God know if I'm wrong, because I said God don't mean what we think it is. Video, please mess up. God, give me a sign. But then I said, not God, the Almighty, the Father, or the Creator, which He told me to call Him. And I say Him because I'm a man. If you a woman, He'd say her to her. He speak to you as you are. He cannot speak to me as you are. He speaks to me as I am. I am. He said, well, who are you? He said, I am. So I am. Are we not part of the Creator, the Almighty? We are part of the Almighty. He helped create us. So with that saying said, to me, as a whole, to help one another, I feel as I'm willing to share as much information as I can. I have no problem with sharing information. And with that, I will leave it at that. What I say unto one, I say unto all. Now, I'm going to say it this way. It's my path. It's my journey. It's my choice. I have to choose wisely. So it's your path, your journey, your choices. You have to choose wisely. Why I say that, I explained it a couple of times, but I say it in this one as well. I'll say the same things over and over. You know what that do? It helped my memory and it helped me stay true. Because if you don't have a structure, you will fall for anything. I don't care about no belief. You can be a Christian, Muslim, atheist, agnostic, occultist, a demisexual, a pansexual. You can be a binary. You can be a lesbian, a dyke, a stud, a homosexual, a queer, transsexual, transgender. That means nothing to me because the structure you're standing on is what you're building for yourself. So your foundation is what you go back to and be like, hold on, this wall is shaky. I need to. To me, I don't have no. It's a hassle. I don't have no wall. If I have one pillar up, I don't have no problem knocking down the pillar and putting up the pillar that's going to hold up. That's me. That's my structure. Because I know how to. I got to do it any day, one day. So why start off with a shaky pillar when you can have a good sturdy pillar? So if your paths and your journey telling you to go different routes, but you're going down the same, you're gonna it's ways in the road you do not want to discover. But if you want to explore those ways for no apparent reason, if you know not to go hang out with that person and you just constantly want to hang out, go explore those ways. You will learn. And most fortunately, and this is the saddest part and the tragedy of life. Some people life in that same day because they wanted to explore. They knew it was wrong. It's your gut. Go with your gut. Go with your instinct. You're innate. You're innate to have a feeling that say no, and it's one that say yes. That's the spirit of. That's what you are created from. That is what you are formed from. Utilize that to the utmost respect, utmost of power, ability that you have. You don't utilize that. What are you and who are you? Shalom.